Hello everyone, I'm Saif Abbas and I'm a data science and machine learning and business analytics and data science and business analytics intern at Spark Foundation. We have three tasks. This is the task second prediction using unsupervised learning. Basically, unsupervised learning is a machine learning algorithm or machine learning technique in which the user do not need to supervise the model. Instead, it allow the model to work on its own discover pattern and information that was previously undetected. It is mainly deal with the unlabeled data set. Okay, so to use the unsupervised machine learning in with the help of Python language, first we need to import some Python libraries in our Jupyter notebook. So we import here uh, NumPy and Pandas, Seaborn. NumPy used basically to calculate the numerical calculation. We use the NumPy. Pandas basically used to clean the data. Okay, and Seaborn used to visualize the data, and Plotly is also used to visualize the data. And from the sklearn we import here k-means because k-means clustering because we use the clustering in unsupervised learning. Okay, now first to visualize the data and all the operation, first we need to load our data set in our Jupyter notebook. So how to import the data set, you can to learn the how to import the data set or how to load the data set, you can see my previous video or you can follow my playlist to learn about these, how to import the data and all. Okay, so first we import data because our data set provided data set in CSV format or comma separated file. So here you can see we write the .csv extension. Now after loading the data, first we need to see our data. If we want to see the only first five row and last five rows, simply we write here this is our data set name, iris iris underscore data. This is the data set name only. This is a variable name. You can change and you can type any type of variable name. Okay, because our data set in iris, so we write here iris underscore data. Okay, this is a variable name. Now to see the first five rows, simply we write iris dot head. And if we need to pass 30 rows, 40 row and any number of row, simply we pass here 30, 40 and as you like. Okay, now to see the first 30 row, we use simply head function and pass 30. Okay, then if we need to see the description of our data, statistical description of the data, simply we write describe function. So how to use the describe function, simply write data frame name dot describe and parenthesis and simply pass in the print function. As you can see, this is our statistical description of our data set. This is the count, mean, standard deviation, mean 25%, 50%, 75%. Okay, now after describe the data, you can see here how many the columns. The column name in our data set is Virginica Santosha, as you can see here. So total entry is 50 and 50. Then the type of Santosha and the type of Virginica are the 50-50 value in our data set, as you can see here. And the data type is a D type. We use the D type to see the data type of our data set. So simply we use D type. And this is, you can see here, the integer type is 64-bit. Now we need to visualize the data. To see or to visualize the data, we use the Seaborn and we use the matplotlib. First we need to import the library. So here simply we write iris sns dot set and we set the style, as you can see here, and iris equal to sns used to Seaborn dot load dataset iris. And then to show the and fix the title, simply we write plt dot title and pass the dataset of iris. So simply, as you can see here, the print the dataset of iris. And to show the data, simply we use the plt dot show function. Okay, so this is the type of to visualize the data, so that we can we can cluster, we can find out how many type of cluster formed in our data set. So in another way to visualize the data, as you can see here, san dot box plot. Okay, we use the box plot to see or to visualize the data. Now we use the count function to count the species. So we use simply count plot and pass the x equal to species, the column name and other column name, as you can see here, and finally use the show function to show the data. You can use this code to complete or to perform your if you intern as a data analytics or machine business analytics or data science intern, so you can use the data, you can use the code how to perform or how to complete your task. Now we use k-means clustering to cluster to form the cluster and to see how many type of cluster are in our data set. Now finally, to visualize another type of data, simply we use elbow method, and to show again we use the simply plt dot show function. Here you can see we use the k-means clustering, so we write k-means equal to k-means and cluster equal to 3, and you can see here k-means plus plus, and we use another type of the functions and parameters of the which are used in clustering. So this is the simple task, and finally we visualize the final data set. As you can see here, the red and blue and green, you can pass any color to see the cluster, how which type of cluster formed in your data set. So I hope it is clear, all of you. If you have any type of query and if you learn about the machine learning and data science and artificial intelligence, and if you want to learn the Python language, and so Python language and other type of languages, please write in comment section, and to follow, and you can follow my playlist to see how to handle a task. If you provide, if a company provide to your task to handle a data set, how to perform, you can follow, you can follow my playlist. Okay. Okay, thank you so much.